What's up, YouTube? It is your boy JB, and we're here today with the review for Love After Lockup, aka Life After Lockup. This is season 2, episode basically infinity, but it's also episode 47, titled Risky Business, you guys. So let's go ahead and just jump into today's video, okay? Alright, you guys, so I'm gonna start out pretty small. This episode was good, but it wasn't just a lot. It wasn't too deep in this episode. We're gonna start out with Brittany and Marcelino. So with Brittany and Marcelino, we see Brittany, her and her son Tito. Is that the little boy's name, Tito, you guys? Oh shit, is it sinking in my nose again? Yep, it was. This shit is irritating that it sinks into my nose. Brittany and Marcelino, sorry you guys. So Brittany comes home with the dog, and Marcelino, he's, sitting there talking to Brittany about the fact that they've added another expense, and, he's talking about how that's going to cut into his poker budget. And I'm just sitting here thinking to myself, that's cutting into your poker budget. So no logic is running around in your brain that your wife got another dog, your wife is pregnant, you already have 2 other kids, and it's you and your wife. So that's 6 mouths to feed right there. And you're not thinking to yourself, hey, maybe I should get up and go get myself an actual job that pays me pays me money. And it's okay it's okay. I'm not knocking him. Oh shit, you guys might try. I'm not knocking him for wanting to play poker, but you gotta be a little bit realistic in this whole situation, because again, you have 3 kids, 1 on the way. You got two kids in the house and 1 on the way, and then you got you and your wife, and now you got a dog. Logic would say, let me go get a job so I can take care of my family, provide for my family, make sure that my family has food to eat, clothes on their back, and a roof over their heads. But no, Marcelino is worried about his poker. I'm like, wow, how selfish is that? That's real. I was thinking, like, damn, how selfish can you be? So then we close the episode out on Marcelino. Well, we didn't close it out with Marcelino, but I'm closing their segment out when we see Marcelino going to this strange woman's house. She looked like a gypsy. No shade to anybody that's a gypsy, but she just looked pretty gypsy-ish to me. And, she was like, does your wife know that you're here? No, she doesn't. All right, you guys, so that's going to be it for Brittany and Marcelino this week. Let's move on. All right, you guys, so let's talk about Quinn and Tracy for a second. So we see the producers show up to Clint and Tracy's house. They're asking Clint, where is Tracy? Clint says, and I didn't need this visual of Clint and Tracy having sex, but he said that Tracy left, basically what happened, they had a great day or night of sex, and they tired themselves out, which again, did not need that visual. Well, but I can deal with that visual as opposed to Angela and Tony's visual, but I don't need either one of those. So, he said that she up and left just like she did season 1, or was it season 2? See, these seasons are running together at this point, and I don't know which season is which at this point. But the season where I don't know what season it was. You guys remember, motherfucking crack mom. So it's basically deja vu all over again. So the producers tell Clint, like, why don't you call Tracy? So he calls Tracy. She didn't answer at first, but then she called back, and she told Clint that she hated him. And I'm like, wow, where is this coming from? So Clint explains it to, the producers that basically what it is, Tracy doesn't want to go get the help in rehab. And I was thinking to myself, and I actually kept saying this out loud to myself, like, when it comes down to Clint and Tracy, I've said this before, you guys, that both of them are on drugs. It's not just Tracy, and it's not just Clint. It is both of them together, and they both need to figure out a way to kick that habit. So I feel like both of them definitely need to go to rehab, whereas Clint is trying to place it all on Tracy. And yes, Tracy has her demons and her issues, but Clint, you have yours as well. And I'm just sitting here looking at Clint's face, because if you guys looked at Clint's face when he was doing his, his interview with the producers, it just looks like his skin is just like peeling apart. No shade, but it just looked like his skin is just peeling. And I'm like, Clint, you can clearly tell that you are strung out on something. I don't know what it is. It could be meth. It could be crack. It could be, you can't tell me that that is weed. That is not weed. I know weed, and that's not weed. Unless you lace, unless like, you know, you lacing your weed with something, but that's the only thing I can think of if you're lacing your weed. But you are definitely doing something else, Clint. So for Clint to keep saying that Tracy needs to go to rehab, you need to join your wife as well. Join your goddess in rehab. That's what the fuck you need to do, is join your goddess in rehab, because you got an issue as well as she does. So let's move on, you guys. All right, so let's move over to Cheryl and Josh. I'm going to keep it 100% real with you guys. Cheryl irritates me to no avail. I don't get her. She makes no sense. She looks stupid. She actually looks really stupid in this episode. So, you know, this is the whole, I guess, the aftermath of the situation that happened between she and Tina, where she said Tina hit her, which we didn't hear Tina hit her. But, you know, if I'm going to go off on a limb and just say, hey, maybe Tina did hit Cheryl. Did Cheryl deserve it? Absolutely. Why would you ask me? Why would you say? Well, I would say the reason that Cheryl deserves to get her ass slapped is because Cheryl is mad disrespectful to Tina, and she's living in Tina's house. Like, I'm not gonna be, now if somebody's being kind enough, gracious enough, even if they can't stand my ass, to let me stay in their place, I'm gonna be a good guest, and I'm gonna do whatever you say. I'm gonna try to keep, you know, I'm gonna try to do the best that I can. Well, I'm not gonna say I'm gonna try to do the best that I can. I'm going to keep things, you know, keep my little area clean and neat, and I'm not gonna touch anything of yours, nothing. You don't have to, you won't even know that I'm around, basically, to be honest with you. You won't know that I'm there. But Cheryl is a different breed of crazy, and I'm not crazy, but Cheryl's a different breed of I don't know what the hell she is. So, what it is, you know, they got a day to get out of Tina's house. So they set up, and you guys remember, they set up to go look at the house. So Josh shows up to see the house, and she immediately had a stank-ass attitude when he showed up. She's like, well, why are you late? He was like, I just got off of work, you know, the place that I go to every day to make money. And I'm just like, oh, God, this is going to go completely left. And lo and behold, it went left. And what happened with this one? He broke up with her once again. I'm like, well, your mama saw that one coming. Even I saw that one coming. Cheryl is just stupid, blatantly stupid. If you knew that the man was at work, why are you getting mad if he late? Common sense would say to her, okay, you know, we set up this appointment for us to see this house. I'm here on time. Let me and the realtor go through the house, look at it. You know, I'll see if I like it, and if I like it, you know, I'll be like, hey, you know, my fiance, he's supposed to come here today. We're supposed to look at this house together, but he's running a little bit late. Don't know what's going on, but I'm still gonna do the, you know, I'm still gonna look at it, and hopefully he joins us before we end this. If he doesn't, you know, maybe we can come back another time. I don't know, something like that. That would make more logical sense than what Cheryl's dumb ass did, going off on Josh. I think Josh is doing himself a big favor by breaking up with that nutcase. Like, she's a nutcase. So then we see Josh, he's telling Tina that, you know, hey, finally broke up with her, we're done. Tina seemed happy, hell, even I was happy. I'm like, you know, Josh has his issues, but I think the bulk of the issues in that relationship is Cheryl. Like, you can't tell me otherwise. The bulk of the issues in the relationship is mostly Cheryl, because most of the shit is in Cheryl's brain. It's up here in her head. So, that's it for those two. Let's move on. Alright, you guys. So, next up is Andrea and Lamar. And much like Cheryl, Andrea annoys me. So, in this episode, you know, Andrea's still upset about the events that happened at dinner the night before. But it was you who brought up the divorce, not Lamar. I think Lamar literally loves you and wants to be with you. But no, she's upset about that, and she found, you know, she was like, you know, I could have got over that, but then I went in his pockets to, you know, get his debit card so that I could get him a hotel room. Now that part didn't make any kind of sense to me. Again, you're the one that mentioned divorce, not him. So what are you so fucking upset about? That was what got me. I'm like, what is this? This did so upset about? You mentioned divorce. He didn't mention anything. Lamar wants to work things out with you, but you the one that says, you know, maybe we should get a divorce. Andrea. So then she calls her friend. I think her name is Stephanie. I can't remember that, to be honest with you. So she called her to tell her to come get the kids. I'm like, wait a minute. So the kids don't have cars? They can't take your car? Because I'm pretty sure Tennyson is old enough to drive, and I'm pretty sure Nala is old enough to drive. Oh, wait, we remembered that up was it last week or the week before when they had that blow up? So maybe not. But I'm sure Tennyson knows how to drive. If not, what the hell do they do in Utah? You know, I just read something about something on the Shade Room yesterday about some kind of incident that happened out there in Utah. I forgot what it was, and I meant to type it up so I could talk about it on here. How Andrea is always talking about Utah this, Utah ain't all that. Oh, that's what it was. In Utah, there was a man that was in jail for rape. He got out of jail, and then he got rearrested for raping a child. So how perfect is Utah, Andrea? A man was in jail for rape. He got off on that rape. Then he went and raped a child? Okay, Andrea. But Utah's perfect. Utah is perfect, according to her. So, you know, the kids are cooking breakfast. And, you know, they can sense the tension. Even Lamar can sense the tension. She's like, whoa, what's going on here? And she's talking about, don't talk to me. And she's sitting at the table with her hair all, I mean, I know she just woke up, but her hair was a hot mess. Actual hair is always a hot mess. Who told her to put that stringy, that flat, stringy weave in her hair? Like, put some volume in that. Like, you know, get some volume in your hair. I'm not going off on a tangent about her hair. But she had an attitude. So she told the kids that, you know, Stephanie's going to come get y'all. Y'all going with her. They were like, okay, is everything okay? You know what? Let's just get out of here. Those kids were ready to go. So when the kids leave, Andrea still has this stank-ass attitude with Lamar. And, you know, she goes back into the room, and he follows in suit behind her. And she asks him, so what you out there doing in L.A., Lamar? He said, what do you mean? She said, is that the only jacket that you brought with you? He said, yeah. She said, well, go look in it. So he opens up the zipper of the pocket. He pulls out a handful of condoms, and she just starts wailing him. I'm like, well, I mean, even if he is cheating, at least you know he's being safe. That's the silver lining. At least you know he's having safe sex. Well, what does she expect? Andrea is like she lives in a fairy tale land. What the fuck do you expect? You up and left. Well, first of all, last season when you went to Utah with him, you basically were trying to kidnap the man. Then he went back to Los Angeles, California, and you didn't go back with him. So what do you? I don't know what they expect. I don't know what she expects out of this marriage. Maybe I think this was like a pet project for her. Say, oh, let me get the most fucked up man in prison. Let me try to reform him to be the man that I want him to be, not the man that he wants to be. That sounds about right, right? Let's move on. So next up, we have Lacey, Sheena, and John. So Lacey is still upset about the fact that Sheena told her that he cheated on her with some girl. And I'm just sitting here thinking to myself, like, girl, if that ain't the pot, call him the kettle black. Because didn't you cheat? Well, let's rewind our memory banks back. So, when we first were introduced to Lacey, Sheena, and John, Lacey was engaged to John, who was in prison. Then we also found out that Lacey was dating a guy named Shane, who she met, and well, she actually never really met him face to face, but you know, they were having communications via the internet and mail, and then she went to visit him just before he got out of jail. And even when she went to visit him, she still did not tell him that she had a fiance. So when he got out of jail, you know, again, she had a fiance. She never told him. And, you know, she had sex with him. But then eventually, this is actually, wait, how did that happen? Well, eventually she told Shane that, she had a fiance named John who's in jail and he's about to get out of prison in a few weeks. So then she went to the prison and she told John that she has a new boyfriend by the name of Shane. And then, she got engaged to Shane. She broke up with John and she married Shane. That sounded about right, you guys, right? Exactly. But she wants to call but this is her getting upset at Shane about cheating on her. But she was doing the same shit to him. Tricky web, huh? So we see her and she's going to see John. And I'm just like, oh, God. She put up on him while he was at work. She's like, so are you here alone? He was like, yeah, I'm here by myself. I'm like, are y'all about to do what I think y'all about to do? Please don't tell me y'all about to do what I think y'all about to do. We TV, y'all gonna actually show them actually about to do what I think they about to do? They didn't. Cause I really, when she said is here alone, I was like, oh my God. Y'all in somebody else's house. I know y'all not gonna go in their house and fuck. I just know y'all not about to do that. But, as trifling as Lacey is, she would do it. She would absolutely do it. So then she tells John, so, Shane told me that he cheated on me. And, John is like, oh, he cheated on you. He doesn't value you. He doesn't care about you. I'm like, John, again. Why do you care? She did, this is karma for her. She played you for him. She played him for you. Lacey must have some magical cooch. I'm just saying. Lacey must have magical cooch just like Michael must have magical dick. We're going to talk about him in just a minute, but they must got the magical peen and cooch. Because I just can't understand for the life of me why y'all chasing them behind they dumbasses. So, John tells her that he misses and he loves her. I'm like, did you not listen to your sister last week? Your sister said that you guys are toxic and you really are. And, John, he actually, off the drugs, John looks like a decent guy. And I'm like, man, just stay off the fucking drugs. And he's not off the drugs because his biggest drug is sitting next to him, which is Lacey. So, as long as he is on that roller coaster with Lacey, I don't feel like John is going to do what John needs to do for himself. So John needs to kick that habit, which is Lacey. Because like I said, Lacey is his biggest drug. Forget, if he does heroin, crack, or whatever. That's not that is a bad drug to have. But like I said, the biggest drug is sitting directly beside him, and that's Lacey. So, she tells him how much she missed him as well, and I still love you. I'm just like, wait a minute, ain't you? You're married. God, that girl is annoying. She is something else. She is the white version of Michael. She's the white female version of Michael. So, Lacey says, I need to tell you something before you find out from, anyone else. I'm like, what do you need to tell? He said, are you pregnant? So they went to a commercial. I'm like, are you fucking serious? So they come back from a commercial long down the line. So no, she's not pregnant. Well, she never said. Did she ever acknowledge if she was pregnant or not? I don't know. But she told him she got a tattoo of Shane's name. He's like, where? Right in between here. I'm like, oh, okay. So you planning on giving John some cooch, huh? Damn, she ain't got no shame in her game. You ain't got no shame in your game. But let's move on. All right, you guys. So we're going to close out with Michael, Megan, and Sarah. And Maria. Old looking ass. Maria looks older than 40. Maria looks hella old. I don't know how old Maria is, but she looks old as shit. She looks ancient. So we see Megan. Megan is back here in Texas, out in Fort Worth. And, she's, singing, talking about, she and Michael had aspirations of doing music. Say what? Say what? You had aspirations of what? I mean, Megan's voice was okay, but Michael has aspirations in music? That fuckboy? Yeah, right. He was playing you, Megan. So Megan decides that she's gonna call Michael's mama. I'm like, why would you call his mama? Y'all don't have the best relationship at all. At all. Like, she barely wanted to see you last season, but okay, Megan. I'm gonna let you have that. Not really, but I'm gonna let you have it in your head. Because I don't know where in your brain you thought that was a good idea to call his mom because you haven't heard from him in weeks. So the mama also says, hell, I ain't heard from the nigga either. So we on the same page. And she also says, you know what? When it comes down to y'all's drama, I don't want to be in the middle of it. I'm like, amen. I'm with you, sister. I am with you. Because that is a bed of mess. Because you got Sarah, you got Megan, and you got Maria, and you got whatever, however many other Megan, Sarahs, and Marias there are out there in Michael's phone. So yes, I'm with mama. I don't want to be a part of that. Y'all can have it. So then we see Sarah. You know, we got white Sarah today. We don't have black sense Sarah. So, you know, she is texting Michael, and the producer's like, so you and Michael just got into it last night, but you texting him? And he called you a bitch? Yep, she's texting him. And I don't understand why either. I really don't understand why she was texting him. That didn't make any sense. She was talking about she felt like they should go to counseling. Counseling? Counseling? Really? Why are we going to counseling? I didn't understand that. Why are we going to counseling? Why does she want to go to counseling? That doesn't make a lot of sense to me. I mean, if you guys were trying to work on your marriage, sure. You shouldn't want to work on your marriage. But cool, if you want to work on your marriage, fine. I mean, you don't have to go to counseling to be better co-parent. Well, actually, you're not really co-parenting at this point. But to be co-parents, all you got to do is just, you know, be amicable with one another. I don't know if Michael can be that. I don't even know if either one of them can be that. But let's, so then we see Michael. He's with old-ass ancient Maria. And Maria is ignorant as fuck and stupid as hell. So, you know, she's talking about, you know, they all need to learn how to play their roles. Well, the one person who needs to know how to play their role is you. What you need to do is worry about, you know, oh, I don't want to say that. I don't want to say it, so I'm not going to say it. I'm going to keep it to myself. What you need to worry, the main thing you need to worry about is Michael. And whatever you and Michael got going on. The shit that's going on between him and his wife / baby mama, that's none of your business. Mind your business, please and thank you. And then, you know, like, I really want Maria to shut the fuck up. So then, you know, she's talking about she understands Sarah, but as a woman, she doesn't trust her. As a woman, you don't trust her. You're the last person that needs to talk about anything about trust. You are the last. Trust should not have come out of your mouth in this situation when you got a whole ain't shit motherfucker next to you basically playing you. Because I really hope you know that you're getting played, Maria. You're getting played. But, you know, she's talking about if she feel like something's going on with Sarah, Sarah gonna have to see her. Shut the fuck up, Maria. Go away. Ugh. That lady was working my nerves. Something deadly serious. So then we close the episode out with Michael and Sarah. So they go to see a therapist, and you know, the therapist is asking Michael about his relationship with his parents and their relationship, and basically his father and mom, he never really saw them together. So I'm not gonna say what I think. You know, it could have been, you know, they may have just had sex one time or a few times, got pregnant, never was in a true relationship, and you know, he didn't feel like he had to be around his kids. That's my what my interpretation is kind of coming off as. And you know, the therapist tells him that, you know, his dad was the model for him being a father. And I'm like, absolutely, absolutely. Michael can say that, you know, whatever he want to say. He can make that ugly ass sweatshirt with Aviana and Rain on it. That doesn't make you a father. That doesn't make you a good father. That just means you acknowledge your kid. That means you acknowledge that you got kids. That's all it does. You acknowledge that you got kids. But it doesn't mean that you are a father to your kids. Being a present father means being around, you know, taking them out, you know, spending time with them even in the house, you know, doing stuff with, interacting with your kids. That's what is consistent of being a good father. You know, most guys think that being a good father means monetary stuff. That's not what it is. It's actually spending time with your kids. So we also find out that Sarah's, I don't know if I remember her ever saying this. She probably did. But Sarah's mom died when she was 12. So Sarah basically has a fear of dying, and if she dies, her kids goes to Michael, a complete stranger to them, which, I mean, I can understand that. And then the fact that he has no stability, yeah, that is a terrifying thing. Michael wants to make this all about the fact that Sarah is, you know, still wants him, which, yes, I'm gonna agree with that. That is part of it. But also, I feel like when it comes to Sarah, the biggest thing for her is, again, the lack of stability when it comes to Michael. Michael has no stability in his life. He doesn't have a job. He doesn't have a car. He doesn't have a place to stay. He's from here to here to there to there. Michael has no stability. Children need stability in their lives. That's what a child needs, is stability. You don't want to be parading, and especially young girls, you don't want to be parading them from house to house, woman to woman. They'll be like, is that how, and they'll look at that and be like, is that how a man's supposed to treat a woman? No, it's not how a man is supposed to treat a woman. And that's the other thing with Michael. You want to show your daughters how a man, well, I mean, he can't help that because he's not a man. He's a piece of shit. But yeah, I just don't understand him. Michael needs to grow up is what he really needs to do. So Sarah tells him that, you know, what did she tell him? Oh, she told him that she went to court and she got full custody of the kids. He's like, how'd you get full custody? Because she's a present parent. Number one, she's a present parent. She probably can prove that she works. She can prove that she has a house, has a home for the girls. 3 things that you probably can't prove. Again, the magic word, stability. But you guys, he flips out and he leaves, and that is it for this week's episode of Love After Lockup, aka Life After Lockup. So do me a big favor, like this video, leave your comments, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell notification button so you guys know when I drop anything else. Share this video, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Later.